Hello everybody. I'm going to make a video today, and it's going to be a fun video, and it's going to basically be my recommendations. And I don't know if you've heard of this site, but it's called PureFlix, and it's a really good site, and some of their movies are actually better than Hollywood movies, or they're better than all those like secular movies that are out there. The problem is that they're very underrated, and you may have heard of PureFlix. It's like sort of Christian, but there's other things that it could lean towards, but it's mainly Christian based. Most of their movies. And here's just some movie recommendations for 2020 as we start off this new year and new decade. These are just some movies that you should really see and maybe consider seeing. So the reason why I'm choosing PureFlix is because not all of these movies are as good as people make them out to be. But either way, I would just like to show you some of these PureFlix movies, but it's sad that they're so underrated. Like, they get bad reviews, or like they don't get the best reviews, and we may even like review and like look at what kind of reviews they get. But either way, some of them are actually better than these, and plus they're more godly, they're more Christian and more positive movies to be watching. Now let's go to PureFlix. So here are my favorites. Here are some movies that I want to see that I haven't seen, and then I've got some movies that most of them I have seen. A lot of the ones up here I haven't seen. I just added them to here. But the first movie that I would love to recommend, and I'm gonna recommend it, is called Printing. And I know it's an outdated movie. It's a very old movie out there, but it's a great movie. I really recommend it for you. So that will be my first recommendation. Number 1, Printing. Now, what's it about? It's the story of the brave Christians who printed and distributed Bibles in the Soviet Union. And it was basically during the persecution of Christians during the time of like the Soviet Union. So at that time period, Christians were persecuted. And these people, they would print Bibles, and they would give them to people, like they would distribute them and basically make them. And you see them doing the printing. Now, I know it's an old movie, and it may not look as great, but it's very entertaining, and it has a great story. And, but before I recommend Printing, first I'm going to talk about the plot. It is about a group of people during the persecution of Christians in the Soviet Union. These people print and make Bibles during that time, during that time period. It's very entertaining. I definitely recommend it because it has like that exciting story. Like, it just keeps it going and everything. Like, it like basically sort of holds you like on the edge of your seat. Like, you're wondering, oh man, is that gonna happen? It has a lot of excitement to it, and it has a great ending, even though it may be a little upsetting for some people. But here are some concerns about it. it does have some scenes of violence in there. So that's really the main concern, because there's parts where they're being persecuted and they, get punched, stuff like that. It's pretty mild, but there's sometimes where it gets pretty moderate. But either way, as you notice, if we look up the printing movie, here it is, 6.9 out of 10 on IMDb. So as you notice, it doesn't really have that great reviews for it. It only 6.9 out of 10 is not that great. But either way, let's go back to our favorites now. I don't want to make this video too long. Oh, Ragamuffin. That is a really good movie. I think I would actually recommend it. It has a great story and everything, and I would say it's mature, but it's thought-provoking. It's a good story of Rich Mullins, this musical artist who was famous for its Christian music, and it was a great story. It deals with some mature themes, though, so yeah, I'm gonna type in Ragamuffin. Tells the biography of Rich Mullins and his life and struggles, and his life. That's basically what it's all about. And how he rose to fame for his Christian music. Now, its main concerns, I would say, are the mature themes. And I'd say it does have some language in there where they're like cuss a couple times. But I would say it has a good plot twist towards it. I mean, it's not really a twist, but it's pretty accurate and thought-provoking. I'd say I'll say it's a really good movie. Definitely recommend it. It's inspiring and will inspire you. It's definitely gonna move you. I still remember the last scene. It's pretty sad. But not all the movies are like that, No, not that one. Okay. Oh, for basketball fans, Linsanity. This is a great movie, I'm telling you. And you probably know this guy. I loved it. And it's about Jeremy Lin, about basically how he became a basketball player, and it's a documentary. I would recommend it for basketball fans, definitely. A documentary about the rise of Jeremy Lin, a famous Christian basketball player. He believes in God. And I would say it's a basketball fans may like it a lot. And it's also, it doesn't really have many concerns, but it does have some mild language in there, so, but I would say it's still really happy. It has a nice story to it. I mean, it's a documentary, so I didn't think it was gonna be that. Oh, you have to see this movie. This is a great story. It has a really nice story. I don't know if I recommend it, though. I wouldn't say that. Oh, 7 Deadly Words. This is really good. I would definitely recommend this. This is better. I think it's about where he has to raise funds for this church. And, yeah, and it's basically 7 deadly words. You'll find out what they are in the movie. It's about a pastor trying to help his struggling church which he pastors, and he faces some difficult obstacles. It's a great movie. It's intense, but it has a great story to it. It's really a good story, but I would say it's intense. There's not really many concerns other than there's like intense scenes in there, and then that's really it. Like, sure, there's like some violence in it, but I wouldn't say it's like too graphic or something like that, but it has a great ending and everything. Oh! And here's my next recommendation, because this is a movie that might be, yeah, I don't think I recommend it. That's a little too bad. I'm trying to think of another movie now. Oh! This is a good story. This really has a good story to it. And like I said, these movies are very underrated. And I can't really say much about this movie, but it is really good. I like it. And it's basically about this teacher who inspires her students, and like she uses this treasure hunt, and like, you know, she gives these students lessons, she helps them out with life. I would say it's definitely a good story. A teacher helps a class full of misbehaving students and teaches them good lessons, you know, about life. I really like it. I think it's good. There's nothing really wrong with it, nothing inappropriate, but I thought it was a great story. I mean, and then kids, a lot of kids, I think they could relate to it, because a lot of the stuff that happens in the classroom could happen in real life. Like there's a fight, you know, kids misbehave, you know, it's relatable because a lot of that happens, you know, in school, stuff like that. That's for Christmas. Oh! If you want to see action, and I know I'm forgetting some of the important ones, but if you want to see a good action movie, then watch Revelation Road. It's basically about the aftermath of the rapture, and it's this salesman trying to make it home. And, you know, he encounters this biker gang. It has a lot of action in it. I'm telling you already. It actually has multiple sequels to it. It's a salesman struggles to get back home during the aftermath of the rapture. It has lots of action, definitely. But I wouldn't really say it has any concerns. I mean, it does have a lot of violence in there, but it's like, it's not graphic or anything, so I definitely say it's appropriate. But, like I said, these are only a few movies. I'm going to list the other ones. I'm not really going to show you them. But the list, this is a good movie. It's the 2015 version. There's not really that many concerns about it, but number 8, I'll say, is a movie called Clancy. It's heartbreaking. It has a sad ending. Actually, there's a sequel to it, too. And then, let me think. Oh! Oh! Alter Egos. That is a funny movie. You should definitely see that. It has, it's like a comedy. Clancy is more like a drama. The List is a drama. Revelation Road is definitely an action film. Painted Horses is like a drama. And Seven Deadly Words is a drama. Linsanity's a documentary. Ragamuffins a drama. And Printing is, I would say, a historical drama, because I think a lot of it really happened. Or, you know, stuff. That's what I would say. So, yeah, that's it for the video. You can look into these movies. I think they're must-sees. I love them. And, yeah, these are basically my recommendations. God bless you. Bye.